video about this upcoming fight tonight between David Benavidez and David Morrell. We're going to give our prediction, but I'm going to talk about both of these guys' resumes before I give my final prediction. So let's look at David Benavidez. David Benavidez is 29-0, 24 knockouts. He is 28 years of age, orthodox fighter. He goes by the name of the Mexican Monster, a name that was given to him by Mike Tyson. Now let's look at his resume and what fights he's had, the most recent fights he's had. Let's check it out. See that he fought David Lemieux, which he destroyed at 168. He fought Caleb Plant, which was a hell of a fight. It went the distance. Caleb Plant came in with a game plan, but David Benavidez' pressure was just too much for Caleb Plant. He fought Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade had some good rounds in the beginning, but again, the constant pressure for David Benavidez was just too much for Demetrius Andrade, giving him his first loss. Then he went up to 175 and fought Alexander Vostok, which for a lot of people, he did not look like the Mexican Monster because, he went the distance with him and he looked normal. See what I mean? But he still won. He showed speed. Alexander Vostok, he was inactive and he was in tremendous shape, but he was inactive and, he was a lot slower than David Benavidez. And now there's a fight coming up tonight against David Morrell, which a lot of people have it as a 50-50 fight. But again, before I dive into the prediction, let's look at David Morrell's record and his opponents he's fought in the past. Let's look at David Morrell. 11 wins, 0 losses, 9 knockouts. As you can see right off the bat, he's had very, very little fights compared to David Benavidez. He's 27 years old. He's a southpaw. Now let's look at the fighters that he's fought in the past. Ados Yerbone Zinoli, which he was 16-0, so he was undefeated, but he wasn't like a huge name in the sport of boxing. Yamaguchi Falcao, he beat Senna of Beko, and all these guys they're good fighters at 168, but they're not big names at 168. You see what I'm saying? Then he fought Kalachik, if I'm pronouncing it right, which he did not look that impressive at 175. And both of these guys last fight at 175 was questionable for a lot of people, but so that's why maybe a lot of people are expecting it to be 50-50. But now I'm gonna dive into my final prediction for this fight. Let's go. David Morrell came in amazing shape. I mean, he even taunted at David Benavidez' shape and body, but I'll be honest with you guys. I'm gonna go with David Benavidez on this fight. I think he has the better resume. I think he's fought better opponents, but he could probably get knocked down one time in this fight. You never know. He's been down in the canvas before with a flash down knockdown, and we know that David Morrell has power, but I just think that David Benavidez is too quick for David Morrell. And, that speed is going to play a huge part in this fight because both fights are going to come to fight, but it's going to be a hell of a war. It's going to be a great fight. And I'm excited for this one. I'm going with David Benavidez by decision. And with that being said, let's tune in for this fight. I'm on to the next one. Peace.